Hello everybody and welcome to round number 12 of the Sunoco League Series. We are back here once again at beautiful Talladega. It's a nice hot 90-degree day and we are ready to go racing. Last season, through a lot of chaos and a few injuries, which we've dumbed down action this season. It's probably not gonna be an injury this season. There is not much time this place. But last season, Aiden Shepard took it over his good friend Talladega and took his second one of the season back then. We have a few people maybe looking for their second one of the season, so maybe they'll get it here as well. On the pole for today is William Brock for, I believe, should be his third pole of the season. He has just been so powerful in qualifying and breaks it out again alongside reigning champion James Constantine. In row 2 we have Sebastian Torres, who recruited for Everett Motorsports this season. Has been performing as well as a lot of people thought he would. Still looking for that first career win, as he's the only one of his team without a win now. Alongside teammate Alexander Rowe, who only has one win to his name last season at Kansas. In row 3, we have Tommy Turbo, the Grand Detour winner last season, but Grand Detour was not featured this season. But he's still looking strong today, starting in the top 5 alongside Zachary Fitzwater, the points leader. In row 4, we have John Arndt, who has been decent all season long, and we expect a lot out of him for the latter half of the season as we continue it on. Alongside Eric Monaco, who has one win as well, which came at Calder Park last season. And in row 5, we have Adam Vincent, the Portland winner, looking strong out here alongside Zach Smith, who is, along with Eugene DeMax, have been on an absolutely atrocious bad luck streak lately. He's outside the top 30 with Eugene DeMax. Other threats throughout the field, Paul Jackson, who is a few rows back, should be row 7 outside, with the person on the inside of him, Aiden Shepard, who is also a huge threat today. Another person who's a huge threat, 2 more people, Johan Arndt, a few rows back from them. He looks strong, along with one person I think will do good, Scott Roush, who also looked pretty strong in practice. I don't believe he was one of the fastest, but he was great at making passes during that practice session. So we'll have to watch him to see how well he is at actually making some passes. But it's going to be back around once again. I don't think we have a problem. This will be one of the first time that's happened when we don't see a problem throughout the pack first try. It's good. That means they're actually good at keeping their cars reliable. And we will be going green, I think, which is a good thing. You always want to go green as soon as possible. Coming into the Tri-Oval, as you all know, Talladega, very special track because it's at the Tri-Oval, is not the start-finish line, it's after it. But it's going to be William Brock leading him to the green flag. Green flag is out. He called it really early. The green flag is out at Talladega. As they barrel down the turn 1. Under investigation, Eric Monaco jumping the start. I don't think he did. But they're investigating it anyway. But as they come out of turn 2, it's that inside line that's always dominant at the start. Right now it's William Brock and Sebastian Torres. Torres trying to go to the lead now. Fitzwater's left on the outside. Constantine's left on the outside. Where's Jackson? He would have a chance in this. There he is. He's on the inside now. Jackson has a chance at this. He's making up time incredibly. What about Roush? He's really good at passing. There he is. But this pack is really scrambled. A lot scrambled, more scrambled than it was in practice when we had a big pack like this. We had one moment where there was a giant pack like this back in practice. It was awesome. But when almost everyone was in it, other than the people in the pits. But we are 3 wide all the way through the pack. Look at this. This is the sight you want to see at Talladega. Beautiful racing so far today. As we barrel down the backstretch, lap 2. Johan Arndt and Scott Roush, as I said, they were going to be threats. They were good at passing in practice, and they're showing it as they were making their way through the field down on the inside. Jackson's now leading the points contenders, but he's been pushed wide. There's Pinocchio Young, who is currently Rookie of the Year, if he can hold on to it through the latter half of the season, defending from his teammate, Johan Arndt, who's on his way up to the field. Annie Thomas, who's right behind. She's not very close, but she's still in contention for it. Everyone's still in contention for it, but the Clever Haas guys are the main guys looking for that Rookie of the Year position. Because all the other big rookies are back here. Other than William Duncan, who has been showing some nice power lately, as he's starting to climb his way through the pack, as Fitzwater's finding his way to the bottom, so he should be a threat again. But yeah, William Duncan's been showing some nice strength going through this season. He's had some bad luck here and there, but he's not doing incredibly bad. And for a rookie season, I think it's definitely impressive in what William Duncan's done. He started on Trailblazer for the Tyler Avers replacement for what happened here last season, and after the season he got a request from Red Stallion to move there, and that was good because Red Stallion's Aiden Shepard has a good relationship with Trailblazers team owner Benoit Ravine, so it wasn't that hard to get Duncan in that car, because yeah, Duncan's got some sources. But look at Young on the outside of Monaco, working with Jackson, but Jackson's now going to dive low. Young right now in a podium position, but looks like it's going to go away from his fingertips. He's the highest rookie as of now. His teammate, Annie Thomas, she's not far behind. Another rookie. But yeah, the Rookie of the Year position, this will be the first time that the Rookie of the Year will be handed out, and it's so far been going pretty well for Pinocchio Young in that 11 car. James Constantine into the top 3, the reigning champion, as the points championship has been tightening a lot lately, because through all that chaos that was Michigan, Jackson caught Constantine caught Fitzwater, and now the top 3 are separated by about 70 points. Constantine only 40 points off Fitzwater, and Jackson only 30 off Constantine, and there goes Jackson by Constantine, which that's not what he wants. As you can see, there's some teammates trying to work together, but Torres is going to interrupt that. I'm surprised Torres didn't help his teammate get back to the front, but I guess he won't. He's going to work on his own game here. But it looks like, oh, Rahal. Risky move, dives low, and is able to keep the position from Scott Roush. That was a good move. Keep himself in the game. Ranko has been with us since Season 1. Was with that team in Season 1. In that same car, and could never latch out a win. Same with Carson Bowers. Carson Bowers came out this season, got 2 wins to his name. But interesting story development with that team, as for Mid-Ohio, since the Mid-Ohio signups has already begun, they actually recruited a familiar name, Stephen Thompson, who drove for the exact same team in Mid-Ohio last season, and he will be driving the exact same car this season. Literally. Same design and everything. They wanted him back. And that gives some definite hope for Stephen Thompson to maybe get a good ride next season. So watch for Stephen Thompson in Season 3 to maybe get a good ride. Because Fitzwater Australia Racing sees a good amount of hope in them. But gotta keep your eye out for what's going to happen. Young being pushed wide, but getting help from the 1 car, Constantine. I don't know why he is. It looks like it's just because he has nowhere to go. Might as well help. But this is leading that 59 car, Zachary Fitzwater. Neither Jackson nor Constantine want Fitzwater to get another win this season, because that's just going to extend his points lead. Because this season, there has been a 3-car breakaway in the points by about 200 points between Fitzwater, Constantine, and Jackson, over a pretty nice development being Team Flame Racing's Finn guy. who currently sits 4th in points, who's been having a nice season so far. Actually, an incredible season for a rank B ride. I highly applaud Jeffrey Finguy for his driving this season. But today, it just doesn't look like he has the strength. Right now, he's down out of the top 20, and he still continues to fall. But everyone's had at least one bad luck day this season, so you can't blame him there. But they're losing Carson Bowers out of that Fitzwater group, and now Anderson's starting to lose it as well, as Karenko remains up front. He's been up front most of the day today. But right now here's where we get interesting. We have reached the pit stop delta. If you wanted to make a pit and go to the end, you could. There's a lot of people back here, the ranked Ds, who just aren't strong. Officials are thinking about actually making rank D a little bit stronger next season, so they're not, you know, this pathetic. Maybe giving them a little extra equipment to work with, actually be able to get close. Because right now they're not. Right now, Karenko out front. Right now, it's a battle between the 3 top teams, Karenko, Torres, and Monaco. Or Karenko, Torres, and Monaco with Fitzwater Australia Racing, Epic Motorsports, and William Brock Motorsports. But here comes the team owner of Fitzwater Australia Racing, bringing the best member of William Brock Motorsports, Paul Jackson, with him. Where is Constantine? Way back there with Roush. How will Roush affect Constantine, knowing that Team Flame is an alliance with Fitzwater Australia Racing? The problem here is that we've seen a lot of help out of the Team Flame Brigade to help the Fitzwater cars, but we haven't seen much of the Fitzwater cars helping Team Flame cars this season. Which I hope that turns around, because that's something that would end an alliance. But right now they seem to still be trying to work together, as Roush trying to block Constantine, keep him from moving positions ahead of Roush. And another Team Flame car behind him, Tommy Turbo, who isn't far. Eric Monaco's been dropping like a rock, though. But even through all these really strong guys up front, PJ Karenko is starting to actually put on a tiny bit of a gap. It's up to about 3/10 now. But Jackson and Lorenzo Log, these two were teammates last season. Now they're on opposing teams, and it doesn't look like they're even going to try to work together. And Lorenzo Log is going to take the 2nd position from 6th last lap, which is impressive. Carson Bowers from 7th last lap, going for 3rd. I mentioned it before, and here he is, William Duncan, having a nice day today. Oh, there's 4 wide behind. This could get bad. No, it looks like they're going to solve it out into a 3 wide, which is good. You will always want to keep it as sane as possible. But William Duncan, turning some heads, as he's now cracked the top 5, and he's going for 4th on the Fitzwater car, the better Dodge team ahead of him. Here comes Chris Dodd, not far, another rank B, as these rank Bs should start working together to try to beat these rank As, and that's what looks like they're going to start doing. So now Dodd's starting to push back 3 rank As, but he's using Monaco and Constantine's help, a few other rank As. Here comes Roush through the field. Like I said, he's been good at passing this season, well, this season, but especially today in practice. In a big pack like this, he's been doing pretty great at making passes. He wasn't amazingly fast when it comes to fast times, as right now that goes to Torres at a 51.036, as Roush is not even near the top as we expected. He's 12th. We didn't expect him to be one of the faster guys. We expected him to be one of the better guys at strategy and making it past people, and that's exactly what he's doing. As he might have just cracked the top 10, which, yeah, indeed, I definitely think he just cracked the top 10. as Scott Roush showing his stuff today. Here comes Lorenzo Log for second on Carson Bowers. Constantine going to jump low on the two Fitzwater cars. That's going to help his championship. One with his team's championship. But here comes Scott Roush. We knew this would come soon, but he is now challenging. He is very much a threat here today. If Scott Roush can make it to the front, he could definitely be a threat to win this race, but we're coming up on pit stops. And if we make green flag pit stops, that's going to split up this entire pack. But where will be the early pit? Oh, I see Darren Weber up there. That's not going to be good. We may not stay under green for that pit stops. Because remember what happened at Pensacola when this happened. That was not fun. Scott Roush now into fourth. Annie Thomas now into fifth. Good run out of them. Annie Thomas, the only female driver in the field now, as Audrey Baranowskas actually will be returning from Mid-Ohio in the William Clark Motorsports Brigade in the number 10. So it's going to be nice to see Audrey Baranowskas back in a car. We expected her to be back for that race. But now, Constantine taking over second. Karenko's going to go around Weber, as the others are not. This is going to give Karenko a huge advantage. Or will it? Because with that gap, now he has no drafting help, along with these guys who have all the drafting help in the world. This may not benefit him at all. If anything, this is hurting him. There's Scott Roush in the third position. The last time Scott Roush won Sonoma last season, it's been an entire season since he's won. Here he goes on Constantine. He's going to take over second. Like I said, Scott Roush, a huge threat today. But he's going to be pushed wide by Sebastian Torres and Max Anderson, who could be put up as even bigger threats. Oh, lots of big battling behind. Hopefully we don't see a caution. We wouldn't want to see a crash, because that's just not fun. But there is Scott Roush now being pushed wide. It's not what Roush wants to see, but now he's got another Team Flame car behind. He won't be able to help, but he'll be able to keep the Team Flame Brigade up front, as that's Tommy Turbo in the top 10 as well. Same goes for Constantine. Constantine's losing time, but no, Torres is losing time as well. And the next car for that team... Oh no, Caldwell's up there. Okay. I don't see Rowe though. There's Rowe. He's behind Fitzwater. So, decently far back. He was 7th before. You can definitely tell he's not 7th anymore. Looks like he is... Oh no, that's fastest times. 17th. That's where Rowe sits, as he's still dropping, as he's still being passed by a few cars. Rowe just not seeming strong today. And there goes Roush back by Constantine, as Jackson's now at the front again. Can he keep his top 5 streak alive, as we're approaching pit stops soon? Like this lap or next lap, we'll be in the pits. Not yet. Everyone's staying out still. Roush trying to get that inside line running a little bit better. Using Dodd and Duncan. Here's Duncan again. Talked about him earlier. He dropped back to the pack a little bit, but here he is again. Working with Chris Dodd. 2 ranked Bs. Actually, 3 of them. Young is not far behind as well. But they're all being pushed by Fitzwater. Will Fitzwater help, or will Fitzwater just pass him? Now Fitzwater's going to stay in behind them, so... Looks like Fitzwater's going to try to help him a little bit. There's Young diving down on Duncan and Anderson. I'm not sure if that's going to bode well with the 59, seeing how he just pushed his teammate even wider than he was before. I think Fitzwater may have something to say about that now. Oh, but Torres is going to do it instead. He's not waiting. But Torres isn't going to get the move done. Fitzwater needs to get to the front because his 2 championship... No! Constantine's behind him. And once again, this is helping Jackson. Jackson's back in the top 5 again. Keeping his streak alive. I believe last time he came close to breaking that streak. He got like a 5th, I believe. Right now he's back in that position. But there hasn't been a race in the past 4 races. We haven't talked about Paul Jackson. We haven't had a race in forever since we haven't talked about Paul Jackson. He's been an absolutely ginormous threat ever since Road America. Just his confidence in it has been flowing. And here he comes on Tommy Turbo. This should be for 4th. And there's Scott Roush. That should be for 6th. And maybe on his teammate. No, he's going to let his teammate slip in. That's a good teammate there. Because with that push, that should keep Young off of Roush maybe. Ooh, it's going to cut it close. No, it's not. But it's going to keep Turbo ahead. It's going to keep Turbo up there. So Roush pretty much just sacrificed all that progress just to help. And there's people running wide. That means, here we go. This should be people in the pits. That's Pericles going to be the first taker. Pericles, Anderson, and Constantine's going to try. When you see everyone running wide like that, that means that someone's already put their hand out and is pushing everyone around him so that he can pit. Jackson is second. No one has been able to catch Karanko today. He has been so fast. Even though he's not even one of the fastest guys out here, he's 13th fastest. You could still consider him one of the fastest guys out here because he's consistent with his lap times, and that's what really counts. Roush topping the top 10. There we go. People running wide. That means Roush is staying out. Torres is staying out. But that should mean that Jackson is in. Yes. Karanko, Jackson, Bowers, Caldwell, Monaco, Rowe, Duncan, Collins. That's Smith, Arndt, Shepard, and Ray Hall are all in. And that should include Darren Weber as well. There's Finn Guy, who I believe came in earlier. Here's that last pack. Pericles gets out in front of the others. But here's that pack who remains out. It's Annie Thomas getting a lap lead for herself. That's good for her. Annie Thomas this season has not been going incredible. But for a rookie on a rank B, it's been going as decent as it could be. It could definitely be worse for Annie Thomas as it was earlier this season. Oh, Annie Thomas got a little bit antsy with Fitzwater. Didn't want to go with that spot. And Turbo stays out. Brock stays out. Except for the only 2. We'll keep an eye on this pack as they go through the pits, because this is a very important pack. As I think we're going to keep an eye on Roush. He's in his pit. Oh! That boggles my mind. At a place like this, how is it not worn their tires more? As Scott Roush is going, and Fitzwater's going up ahead as Annie Thomas. No, Annie Thomas will not get out of the pits first. That'll be Torres. Well, technically Paulson, but Paulson's a lap down. As I don't see the other pack, as Torres may be in a key position. There's Karanko. I expected to see him. And there's Jackson. But they're not even going to get close. Pitting later is better. So what is that going to mean for Tommy Turbo, who is still out on track? How much did he conserve? No one else in sight. Oh, he's definitely in fuel conservation mode. I can tell that by a long shot that he is conserving fuel. Looks like he may be coming in. Yep, he's in. You can tell because he's decreasing his speed. Ugh, sorry, dry mouth. But it's Tommy Turbo now in. How far back? How far? There's Torres. He's your leader. Over Annie Thomas and Zachary Fitzwater. What? Annie Thomas is in contention to win this race. Because Torres is really slow. Because he's got no drafting mode. There's Turbo. There's Torres. This will be close. No, it won't. Gone. Got him. Pitting later is better, but pitting too late loses time because you're making bad laps when you come in, before you come in, so it just wasted time, so much time. Oh my. What a development that would be. If Zachary Fitzwater can pull off his second win of the season. Well, we're coming to 8 laps to go at Talladega. About 8 minutes to go. About 7. About 8. About 8 minutes to go, though. And we will be crowning a winner. Right now, Torres is in that position. Annie Thomas is not far. She could go for her first career win and be the first rookie to win in the Sunoco Elite Series. Technically speaking. Because in Season 1 everyone was a rookie, but that doesn't really count. As these three are now bunched up together. How much faster are the guys behind? Oh! Karenko is really fast. But he's going to get slowed down. Just catch Jackson and Young up. Roush is still here. Roush still has a chance. Don't get me wrong. Roush is still fast and he can still definitely win this race. If he's able to put a good pace. Vincent! 186! He is really fast. He is not letting up the pace. Vincent wants this and Vincent wants this bad. He may end up being a threat near the end of this race. They've gotten by the lap car of Paulson. Who's the next lap car? Stu Cole, running about the same speeds. Young isn't waiting. Young wants his first win. His best finish is a 4th. If he makes this move, he will be in that position. This race is far from over. Annie Thomas is in second now. Her best finish is, I believe, a 5th. Right now, she's in a career best position. But if Jackson, Karenko, or Young want to win, they need to stop fighting and they need to hook up and they need to work together. Because the more they fight, the more these guys get away. But again, Vincent, he pulled 186 miles per hour around here. That's really fast, trust me. But when you're working in that small of a pack, 186 was really fast. Vincent is pushing. He wants this win, and I feel like he's going to do anything he can to get that win. That'll be his second win of the season. Here we go. Now that we're in a big pack, how much more will these guys be willing to work together? Especially Jackson. Jackson can't be wasting time because Fitzwater is getting away. Where is Constantine? 19th. He's not doing as well as he would want to do. But right now, it's going to be close. But Torres right now is your leader. As they're actually speeding up a little bit. But it still looks like this pack now is starting to catch. They're finally working together, and they're finally doing something about this. 180. Oh, they are catching. Just slightly, but they are catching. Lap by lap, we are coming down to the wire. 4 laps to go. The gap is 2 seconds. 2.28. And these guys are a lot slower than Karenko and Vincent. Alright. The problem is, Fitzwater's too reluctant to make that move, and Andy Thomas doesn't have the power that Torres has. So right now, Torres is in the best position. Maybe Karenko. Because Karenko, these guys are starting to catch pretty fast. Yeah, there's that gap now. It's shortening. They're up to 186 now. These guys are starting to speed up a lot. Will they hit 187? I don't think so. Where's that gap now? It was 2.28 last time around. 1.99. They have to really push if they want it. There will be no catching at this pace. And Annie Thomas, she really needs to push if she wants to win. Either that, or have one of these guys from this pack drop off the back and really decelerate. That'll catch it up, but right now, there seems to be no hope for anyone but Torres. Fitzwater, if you want to win, you need to make a move now. Before it's too late, we're coming around to 2 laps to go at Talladega. Sebastian Torres came through Season 1. Was not fast all through Season 1 with Trailblazer Motorsports. He never got a win. I don't even think he got a top 5 to his name last season. This season, Epic Motorsports gave him a chance. So far this season, he's been kind of disappointing this team and rank A. But now, Torres has finally gotten his chance to prove himself. And it doesn't look like Andy Thomas is going to be close enough. As we're coming around, 2-1 to go. These guys are in a single file line. They are desperate. Oh my, they're desperate, but white flag, it's not going to be enough for them. It looks like, unless a mistake out of Torres, it looks like Torres is going to get this done. Fitzwater, you need to make a move now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's all over. Sebastian Torres went through Season 1 suffering bad luck race after race. And with all that bad luck stirring up, getting that chance on Epic Motorsports, and it's finally going to pay off. Coming into the Tri-Oval. And Sebastian Torres is going to take his first career win and his first restrictor plate win. He wins at Talladega. The fight behind came close. Karenko came really close, but it's going to be Fitzwater taking second, Annie Thomas taking third, Karenko fourth, Caldwell fifth, Young sixth, Dodd 7th, Anderson 8th, Constantine 9th, and Monaco 10th. That day went exactly how Torres and Fitzwater wanted that to go. Torres getting that win and Fitzwater extending his championship lead. What a race from start to finish. That was exciting. Jackson actually ended up 15th, so not a good day for Jackson. Victory lap for Torres. It looks like he's gonna bring Annie Thomas because this is her first career podium, so she wants to celebrate as well. Few others staying out to celebrate with Torres, but Torres What a day for Sebastian Torres. Annie Thomas as well. She gets her first career podium in third. She's got to be happy with that Cisco number 82 machine. Finally putting some moves and impressing the team. What a day. Congratulations, Sebastian Torres, getting his first career win. And let's go look at your finishing results. So it's Sebastian Torres taking his first career win here at Talladega, with Fitzwater taking second, Annie Thomas getting third, Karenko getting fourth, Caldwell fifth, Young sixth, Dodd, nice finish in seventh, Anderson in eighth, Constantin in ninth, and Monaco rounding out the top 10. Good day for him. DeMax's bad luck streak continues down in 24th. He still needs to step it up. Smith taking 27th. Another bad luck day for him. Roush had a good day going, but dropped near the end. Still top 20 finish for Scott Roush and Tommy Turbo. But overall, today was a nice day. Next is going to be Mid-Ohio, so we're going to have a tiny break while we get everything set up, get all the cars in. If you haven't signed up for the Mid-Ohio Sunoco Royale, the biggest race of the season, I highly suggest you do, because anyone can sign up as long as you get a team, or you can create a team as long as you can paint, but all the rules are over there. It should be on my channel. It's the video before this. But if you haven't signed up for the Mid-Ohio race, I highly suggest you do, because it is going to be one exciting race. But that is next time. Congratulations, Sebastian Torres. He takes his first career win. We'll see you at Mid-Ohio. Ciao.